Hey, welcome to this lesson on function operation. Essential question for this lesson: how can we take what we know about combining expressions and apply it to combining functions? So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to add functions, subtract functions, multiply functions, and divide functions. First off, we'll start with function addition. So it's quite simple. It's just like adding or subtracting polynomials. So if I have f of x equals 3x plus 2 and g of x equals 4 minus 5x, the notation you might see is f plus g of x, or simply f of x plus g of x. That is the same thing, they're both the same thing, as just taking, so I'm simply going to substitute into this equation right here, f of x plus g of x. So I'm going to take f of x, which is 3x plus 2. I'm going to put that where f of x is. I'm going to take g of x, which is equal to 4 minus 5x, and I'm going to substitute that where it says g of x. So I have 3x plus 2 plus 4 minus 5x. And from there, I simply drop the brackets and combine like terms. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x, and 2 plus 4 is 6. Therefore, f of x plus g of x equals negative 2x plus 6. It's a very similar process for function subtraction. So again, given that f of x equals 3x plus 2 and g of x equals 4 minus 5x, I'm simply going to take my f of x and I'm going to substitute it into f of x minus g of x. So I do that. One important thing to know for this is that you need to distribute, before you just drop the brackets, you need to distribute the negative sign into the 4 and into the 5x. So really, I have 3x plus 2 plus negative 4 plus 5x, which is what I have here. 3x plus 5x now is 8x, and 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So f of x minus g of x is 8x minus 2. Now for function multiplication, same thing. I have f of x times g of x. So given f of x equals 3x plus 2 and g of x equals 4 minus 5x, I'm going to just substitute in for f of x and substitute in for g of x. So I'm going to do 3x plus 2 times 4 minus 5x. Multiply those two binomials together, and you get 12x plus 8 minus 15x squared minus 10x. Combine all like terms and put in descending order of exponents. Negative 15x squared plus 2x plus 8 is your final answer. And again, same process for function division. Wherever you see f of x, you're going to put what f of x equals. Wherever you see g of x, you're going to substitute with what g of x equals. And here, this cannot be simplified any further. So when f of x equals 3x plus 2 and g of x equals 4 minus 5x, then f of x divided by g of x equals 3x plus 2 all over 4 minus 5x. Now, probably the newest piece of information is what we call function composition. So now, we have, given that f of x is 2x plus 3 and g of x equals negative x squared plus 5, find f of g of x. So this is this means function composition, and that can be written like this. I think they're both correct ways to write it. I think this is the better way to visualize it. So what it's saying is f of g of x, so f of g of x. So just like you would say f of 3 if x was 3, now you're saying f of g of x. So also, in comparison, If 2x plus 3 is our f of x, then in order to find f of 3, I would substitute a 3 wherever an x was, and that would give me f of 3, which would eventually lead me to 9. Now, if I want to find f of g of x, I'm going to put g of x wherever the x should be in f of x. So if we look at that here, I have f of g of x. So I'm going to start from the inside out, and I'm going to replace g of x where I see a g of x. So negative x squared plus 5, that's going to go right in f of x. So f of negative x squared plus 5. Now, wherever there's an x, or wherever the input of f of x is, which is the variable x, that's what I'm going to put into the function of x. So 2, so here's my f of x, 2 times x plus 3. So 2 times whatever my input is plus 3. My input now is negative x squared plus 5. So 2 times my input, negative x squared plus 5, all plus 3. And so now I multiply and combine like terms. I distribute the 2. I get negative 2x squared plus 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3 is 13. So my final answer, given that f of x equals 2x plus 3 and g of x equals negative x squared plus 5, then f of g of x is equal to negative 2x squared plus 13. So how can we take what we know about combining expressions and apply it to combining functions? Well, it's actually quite simple. So I hope you learned how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Go ahead, try your homework assignment. If you still have some more questions, reach out to me. Visit me in the Math Cafe Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11. If that doesn't work for you, you can go in there anytime. There's a teacher in there from 9 to 3 every school day to help you out. And make sure you come to live class where we can talk about this a little more if you're still having some trouble with it. And join us for the next lesson on inverse relations and functions.